The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Now the second year back from LSU, it's Darius Geis. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go.
Now Haskins to throw on second down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
The secondary, Charles, much maligned during the week. They didn't have their best game in the loss last week, but a nice play there.
Yeah, I just know what they went through last week. I mean, ever since that time, the pride was hurt. They kept getting reminded of it in the local media, had to watch it on tape, and you know the coaches just got it.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. You know, last week it was unbelievable how many times they were in the backfield. They had 7 sacks. Whatever they had for pregame meal last week, maybe they had it again.
I think they're going to continue to repeat it if they keep this up. But remember, we were at their facility, and we walked past the defensive meeting room, and what did it say over the door? Rush the passer. It's a philosophy. It's a statement. That's who they want to be, and they've been very successful with it.
Yeah, an opening drive sack.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Check, check.
And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Throwing on 2nd down. Allen, he's going deep for Brown. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
56.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Check the alert. Check 13. Switch. Sponge. 56. Half. He's coming. We got double. Alert. Check the middle. Check 37. Check. Bang. Check.
From the gun, it's Allen. He's going deep for Brown. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. John Brown with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Hauschka with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Redskins take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and
3
now
and
they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. This is Chris Thompson in his 7th season now as a Redskin. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. 3rd down, here's Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Matt Milano in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know. We know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Let's go, let's go. Here we got Mike, number 50, 53. Watch the run, watch the run. On 52. Check safety, check safety. Check, check.
A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
On 2nd and inches, Haskins under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Matt Milano racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Now the Bills will take another timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. On 3rd down, Haskins. And he finds McLaurin. Give him 22 yards, and that's also where they snapped it from, the 22.
The catch, deservedly so, is going to get a lot of credit, but even more so because there's a defender there ready to make a play.
Yeah, just flat out muscled on that one. Now a run on 1st down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Now a give, right side, it's Geis. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Hey, hold on. Mike, 49. He don't know no better. 49 to Mike. 49 to Mike.
From midfield now, Haskins. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They're going on 4th down. Haskins. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And this defense will take over right at midfield. So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. He'll buy some time right. And oh, look at that. A diving catch. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now a play fake here on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. That's caught by Brown for a Bills touchdown. John Brown with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Switch. Hey, watch it, watch it. Hey, alert. Let's get it. 36. Hey, tight. Banjo.
Now Allen. And that's complete to Brown. John Brown. He's at the 30, 10, and all the way home for a Bills touchdown. John Brown on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Hauschka adds the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. They'll try and get it with Geis. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They're just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
First down, Washington.
Hey, tighten down. There you go. Slam, slam, slam.
Back to the ground on first. It's Geis. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The Redskins on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Now it's Haskins. Complete. Richardson has it. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. Haskins now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. And they'll try the jet sweep here. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
What we got?
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the... Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
He's got it complete to Thompson. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when and told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Got an open man. It's Foster. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Open man, here's Foster. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Allen going to come to the line here, 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. To the air, Allen. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just...
wide open, complete. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. A big play here for Buffalo. 63 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in blitz coming, and down he goes. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. First throw for the backup, Jackson. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there.
He'll give up 6 yards there on the loss, and it'll bring up 4th down. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Switch. You got tape.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And the Redskins' defense going to take over on the turnover on downs. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They got to just take
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Matt Milano, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Haskins, 3rd and long. And the pressure gets to him again.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. A big boot that time, 57 yards the official distance. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect it. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Slam, 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 set. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Go. Check 49.
From the gun, Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gain of 19 on 3rd and 18, and that'll move the chains.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
I'm letting you know, right off. Slam. Check.
Now Jackson on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Hey, alert 3. Undercrush. 2 seconds.
Now it's Jackson. And he's going to have the connection to Foster. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 36 yards on the play. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Check hot route. Go.
Jackson from the shotgun. Letting one go deep for the end zone. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Exit. Check 99. Check 3.
To throw is Jackson. Throwing again. This will be caught inside the 10. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
Ready. 53. Check 53. Quarterback, don't get nervous. Let's go.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Isaiah McKenzie, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Hauschka with the extra point, and that makes the score 28-0. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
From the 30 on second down, Haskins. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Geis. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Off the play fake. Here's Haskins. his throw here's incomplete. The intended target was the rookie Terry McLaurin, but now it's third down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. To throw on third down. Haskins. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Matt Milano in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. Cross ball. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Check pass. Check pass.
Fourth down, here's Haskins. And it is incomplete. The Redskins go for it, but it doesn't pan out. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch safety creep, watch safety creeping. Yeah, he's creeping. Echo, echo. Check the backer, check the backer. Check 50.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Haskins and the Redskins come up first and 10 at the 20. They start on the ground with Geis. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
They're going to try the jet sweep on third and long. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
To return is Roberts. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York? It's caught at the 10. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. John Brown, 58 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And, all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit, being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Haskins will throw. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11. Haskins now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Flushed out right. And this one complete to Reed. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The Redskins on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6. 3rd down. Here's Haskins. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Redskins go for it, but it doesn't pan out. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Push him back. 25. Check 25. Shift. Switch. Shift. Watch the shift.
From the gun, it's Jackson. It's caught by Roberts. And down inside the 15 he goes. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
53. Check 53. Go.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Roberts got it. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
I'm coming after you. Check on it.
Here's Jackson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Watch twist. Alert 3.
Again, Jackson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Andre Roberts, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Hauschka adds the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. Airing it out deep for Smith. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Check 13. Check 13. Switch.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Got him in. It's Brown. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They were trying to go to Brown once again, and that'll bring up 2nd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. We are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? This will be caught at about the 5. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
The Bills offense staying out there as they'll line up and go for 2. And boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Haskins. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one maybe his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line.
He was taken down by Ruben Foster.
So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Buffalo, the win means they'll finish the first half at a respectable 5-3 record. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for Washington, the difficult season continues as they drop to 1-8. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until week 11. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Up this magic with the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now, I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make